gamers, welcome back to GamerSpot, your go-to channel for all things gaming and fun on the internet. We've brought another fresh video of the top 10 best MMO games. So without further ado, let's get started. Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars popularized the concept of a no-fee MMO and continues to use that business model to this day. It's also highly approachable. While it fosters social contact and cooperation with others, it also may be played primarily alone. Combine that with the game's unique weapon ability system in which different weapons provide different skills for different characters while in different hands, and you have a recipe for a game that will stand the test of time. End of Dragons, a new expansion, is set to release in 2021. Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. This is one of the greatest modern success stories in video game history. It took a dull, widely criticized launch game and entirely retooled it to sit atop of the throne of MMORPGs. Not only did Square Enix maintain the previous game running while working on the reboot, but it also incorporated the reboot into the game's plot, portraying it as a disaster that altered Erosea. Final Fantasy XIV has only gotten better since its initial release, with 3 current expansions and a 4th on the pipeline, all of which have included new classes, dungeons, and raids. Inspired by both Final Fantasy history and other Square Enix products like Nier Automata. EVE Online. It's inspired so many fantastic real-world stories that a top 10 list might be created in their own right. It's a game of outstanding depth and complexity that's fostered a player base since 2003 with its meaningful consequences. You can permanently lose ships worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and its freedom for players to do just about anything such as assist in COVID-19 research and give tribute to Stephen Hawking. EVE Online has managed to survive for nearly 2 decades by remaining unwavering in its vision, which is breathtaking. Final Fantasy XI. Even in 2021, there are still communities dedicated to assisting new players in experiencing this incredible Final Fantasy adventure. Admittedly, the controls are a little complex by current standards, but we just got Chapter 4 Part 2 of the Voracious Resurgence event. Final Fantasy XI will always have a particular place in our hearts, and to be honest, we still sneak on and play it from time to time. To get right into the story, take advantage of one of the free-to-play double XP weekends, DC Universe Online. This game has been a heaven for DC and superhero enthusiasts for 10 years and is still going strong on 5 different platforms. It's now more accessible than ever thanks to its free-to-play status and availability across various platforms, plus it continues to receive huge new updates, such as the most recent World of Flashpoint. City of Heroes provided the groundwork for superhero MMORPGs, but DC UO has so much existing lore and characters that it has to be included on this list. Tera. Tera stands out in a genre that is heavily reliant on grinding to increase numbers. It distinguishes itself from the competition with an action combat system that is still enjoyable to play today. Its gameplay is very skill-dependent, and the roaming monsters are always tempting. Tera's combat is still entertaining to play if you boot it up right now, which is a true triumph for a free-to-play MMO published a decade ago. Star Wars: The Old Republic. BioWare presents a terrific story in The Old Republic, which is essential in RPGs. It's been updated to be single-player friendly for fans of the classic KOTOR series who may not be well-versed in MMORPGs, and now that the game is free to play, anyone can jump in to explore the class tales and the first 2 expansions. Substantial content updates don't seem to happen as frequently as they once did, but The Old Republic is still worth revisiting after all this time. Elder Scrolls Online. This one immerses you in a magical world where you can shape your own adventure down to the last detail. Do you wish to battle as a Breton, summoning dark magic, or as a wood elf using nature's might in a bow for defense? This game combines beautiful, diverse landscapes that are easy to navigate around, fantastic combat, and broad quest possibilities, all while allowing you to play with your friends. With continuous DLC drops and performance fixes, it continues to grow, and there has never been a better moment to dive into the world, especially for fans of Skyrim and other Elder Scrolls titles. Phantasy Star Online 2. The fast action anime sci-fi combat, great character creation facilities, randomly generated fields, excellent electronic soundtrack, and chaotic urgent quests keep Phantasy Star feeling immensely fresh to play despite the interface and menu design feeling a touch old these days. It's also had almost 8 years of content upgrades, all of which were released just this year with its recent Western release, and will soon receive a new open world, graphics engine update, systems, and more as part of a huge update with New Genesis. Phantasy Star's future appears to be bright. World of Warcraft. As its initial release in 2004, World of Warcraft altered the entire MMORPG genre, distinguishing itself from previous games by being more accessible to both veterans and newbies. While WoW is an industrial titan, with nearly 16 years of patching and 8 expansions. While Shadowlands was delayed on top of the longest launch patch in WoW history, there's no disputing that there are still years of quests, raids, dungeons, and even transmog fashion pieces to gather from earlier expansions. There has never been more ways to experience WoW, with the option of hopping into World of Warcraft Classic and the freshly announced Burning Crusade Classic servers. That's all for now. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends and family. To increase engagement, like and comment on the video, and subscribe to watch our future videos. We'll see you in the following video. Keep playing in the meantime.